go ahead and take a closer look at Andy's rocks. Andy, this is similar to some of that crinoid death plate. It's not showing me a whole lot of certainty, but it does have some agate portions. It's got some of that rounder portions of the plant structure. So as I've been running this stuff, it's revealed more along the way. This one may be like a dendritic agate or something. It looks like fall leaves. It is a beautiful piece. This is going to be amazing when you finish this one. This one really excites me. This one's hiding something. It's got some clarity to it. It's like a bluish green. Might have a great secret. This one is really rough, and the stuff on this rough surface is a really hard in nature. So I do see some of those signs of the plant structure. I would run this with the big stones. It's going to be strong enough to withstand them. Don't run any of those big stones with these smaller pieces, smaller than this. I'll show you. Run the big pieces together with some different stones, not with the same fossil stones. This is a big monster piece. It's showing me some signs. This is the one I'm talking about. You want to make sure you run this with, you're not going to be able to fit too many big stones in. You don't want to run this with other fossils. This is really heavy. The agate forms inside of this, and it's really heavy. You'll see what I'm talking about when you get it in your hand. But yeah, run this with other stones, not the other fossils, because it will do some damage to them. Same with this one, and you can almost kind of see some similarities in maybe the eye and the mouth and stuff like that. It is fractured here, so you'll be able to start to see a little bit of the inside of it, and you'll be able to see what's on the outside as it moves through. These are going great in the tumbling polishing process, so you're going to see a lot more as you move through. That one's pretty interesting. That will be a spectacular piece. Pieces like this size and with this quality, run with similar stones. Any of these stones in here that aren't larger than this, and the 3, 5, 7 on stage 2, 3, and 4 is what I would do. Stuff like this is showing me stuff. It's rough, and I like it rough. You run it lightly, and it's gonna just brighten that stuff up and stay rough and be beautiful. I love that one. Seeing a little bit in that, so hopefully you'll see a lot more. Pick this because it's similar to a lot of the other stuff, and I'm seeing a little bit, so as this moves through, you'll probably see a lot more in that too. This is similar to some of the crinoid death plate I've got. It's got that agate stuff on the inside. This is the type of rock I'd run with the big rocks and not the smaller fossils. This one is going to be great. Run this with the big ones. It's strong, sturdy. These come out of this process beautifully. I've selected a mix that is appealing to me just from what I was going through today, and I hope you like them as much as I do. These are going to do great in polishing. This one's hiding a lot of sparkles. I'm seeing actually some maybe pyrite or something in this one. I'm not sure. Get a better look at it once you get it cleaned up and start the polishing. And just great colors and patterns. I do have more fossils to go through, but I'm on a roll with these right now. They're all so similar yet so different. Beautiful, beautiful differences. Love the big pattern in that one. Stuff like this comes through, and it just really looks so great and unique. All right, a broken piece of that same likeness of the crinoids or any of these fossils. That's going to be a view of the inside. Hopefully that cleans up, and hopefully you see some beautiful stuff in there. Yeah, that will turn out great. You'll actually see a lot more in that after you do this. Just don't run it with the big ones. This one's really milky. It does have, when it was formed, wherever it was formed, it's still attached to some of that stuff. So this is of a different hardness and entity itself, and it does have some of that stuff. That stuff will come off through the polishing. More of the fossil stuff, you'll see more in that as you tumble. It's a beautiful piece. This should come out and show you a lot more detail than what you're seeing. I've got some pieces that were similar that showed this at the beginning, and the ones that showed this at the beginning just show a lot more depth and beauty, more colors, those types of things. So a lot more detail we'll pull out of this. Run this with the big ones, not the little ones. A lot of similarities here to the other stuff. Gotta kind of take a look. It looks like there might be the eye portion right there. Not sure, but it does have a lot of interesting stuff in it. So hopefully you'll see a lot in this one also. Another piece of the likenesses to the crinoids, split open, so when you tumble that, you'll see more in it. I've been seeing the plant structures and stuff pop out of the surface of this as I've been tumbling it, so that's what I expect these will do for you. Since this one's split, you should be getting a pretty good view after that first round you run, first round of stage 2. And see what I mean about these? They're just all so different, and they are polishing really well. Beautiful. Not exactly sure about this one. Let you run it and see what it does. I've got a couple pieces like this that are real agate, and they're of the plant. They're different parts. This is probably broken off from one of the parts I've got, and it's going to show you more as you run through. A lot of milky lines in there, so if nothing else, you're still going to see the beautiful agate parts in there if you're missing any of the plant textures. Be a good one to tumble. I would do all the soft round ones together, and anything that's rough and stuff like this, I would kind of put it with some of the larger stuff just so you kind of round them off better. You know, some of this may be moss agate, you know, you've got the banding and stuff, and you'll see the beauty that gets pulled from this stuff as we move forward in the process. I do love all the red and pink mixes. And they're mixed with a lot of different colors, so they're all unique and interesting. Similar to the crinoids that I'm including. I padded your box with a few stones. This is one of them. I would not worry about running this at all because it is really, really solid and agatey, and all of that texture is going to run right through this thing. Myself, I would run this thing. I'm sending it off to you because it is a beautiful sample, and you probably appreciate both sides of the line. I'm just kind of only interested in the polished one, so I'll let you make the decision on this one. Beautiful piece. Some of these just really have a lot going on. Broken piece of crinoid that should have a lot of plant texture in there, and you should have some stuff pulling off of the outside of this. Tell you what, I love me some agates, and this has got a lot of indicators. It's got several eyes on it. One of them's really, really good. These dark ones don't, it's hard for me to find a zoom on these. I'm going to try to move it slow because this one is going to be special. And I love the greens, I love the blues, and it looks like it's got a lot of both. Others that are similar, showing signs, light signatures. Another rough one. Run this with the big ones. This has some of the similar structure. I don't know if this is part of the crinoid or not. This looks more like a course, but it could be a mineral deposit into the plant. It's been done in a different way. I'll let you decide on that one. Pay close attention to this one before you start, because it's got a lot of green-blue agate, and it's going to show you a lot from this point. This one's going to be one that changes completely. More of this. Got a lot of little pieces like this that I'm including for you. Well, it's a small fractured off piece from a crinoid death plate, and it's a cool little sample. So yeah, hope you enjoy that one. A nodule, quartz or geode, something. I usually run these just to smooth them and pretty them on the outside. I haven't cut any of them open yet, so that's kind of what I'm leaving that for, is to get them ready to cut open. This one's showing me a lot of something. I'll show you a lot more. This is similar to a lot of that stuff, so. A lot of these aren't showing much, but they are similar. And once I started tumbling, they started showing things, so I thought that was cool. Look real close, you'll see it. And once it gets cleaned, you'll see it there too. Fractured piece you should be pulling texture out of. Another similar piece, not really showing much yet. More of this, and it's all different. I love these things. Wait till you see this coming through the process. Showing a little bit. Similar to others, it's fractured. You should be able to be pulling some patterning out of that. These are awesome. Throughout this rock, there are several other colors, and they'll just be much brighter when you finish. See those that showed a little bit of that texture, man, I'm telling you, they brightened up great. And I get excited when I see that stuff, because it's all over wherever that, it's not that small of a pattern. It's a bigger pattern than that. You just got to find it. This one might be an iron mix or something. Looks like it's kind of rusted. I'm not sure. Take a good look at it when you get it, because you may not want to run this with some of the fossils. It might scratch stuff up. Yeah, that last one, I'm not sure. It looks rusted, so it's got to be something in there. Just make your own decision on that. I would run it with like things, but I certainly wouldn't run it with some of this fossil stuff. You might have got lucky and found a great mineralized eye or something. I found one on one of mine. I got a thing on Facebook for it, and looks like the mineral did a full mineral replacement of the eye of the beast. So that's kind of what this one is resembling currently. This is both similar to some of the crinoid death plate stuff I've got. It's also like dendritic agate looking. It's really beautiful. And I hope you like all these. They're coming through this process great. Love the colors in them. This is an agate, or maybe a higher level, maybe even chalcedony. This should come through the process beautifully. It's a fractured piece. It is pretty. I just put it in here because it's something I would pick up and put my stuff. It's got some good quartz or something right there, so should polish really nice and be unique. That one's pink and black. And another one that's similar to the others. It should be showing you a lot more once you run the process on it than what it's showing us right now. Man, I really hope you you enjoy these stones, and I'm anxious to see them, man. Thank you. And I'll be getting them in the mail tomorrow.